what's amazing is that we can get out of our own way, and we can stop trying to make things happen by sheer will, and we can actually release all that need to like make stuff happen. Like, for example, let's imagine somebody's healing something in their body, and you want to get better. You know, who doesn't want to feel good? But in the misalignedness of ourselves, we can go seeking a solution to something from a place of fear, and we're researching all the problems that could be connected with these symptoms we're feeling, and we're researching and gathering all this information because we want to be good students and make sure we're not getting cancer, let's say. And it's interesting because at this retreat with Wayne Dyer, the woman who was there with him, her name's Anita, I don't want to butcher her name. I'm going to have to get that next time and I'll share it with you guys because I don't want to ruin it. But if you look up Dr. Wayne Dyer online and look up the I Am Light conferences that he's leading, you'll see her. Her name's Anita, and she basically had cancer to the point where she was about to die. And she had tumors all over in her body. Her lymph nodes were completely, just filled with cancer. And what's interesting is she went through this amazing experience where she actually went into a coma, and she was with Source, and she could feel her dad's spirit who had left his body nearby. And she had a lot of resolution about her life mission and why certain things had happened to her. And one of the things she realized in that experience was that she had manifested this cancer. And part of it was she was so obsessed and fearful about not getting cancer that she obsessed about it, and she worried about it, and she researched it to the point of magnetically drawing that cancer right into her reality. And the other day I was kind of giving a demo in my yoga class. I had the students in meditation and yoga holding these magnets, and I was showing them like when they're north-north, there's this energy. It's kind of like if you can see the magnets, they won't come together. They push off of each other. And so if you get that feeling energetically of energies not coming together, there's resistance. When there's that energy of resistance inside of ourselves, like if we're in fear of something, if we are in lack, like, oh, there's not enough money, I'm worrying about abundance. So all the abundance could be around me, but I can't let it in because I'm in resistance with it. I think there's not enough. If I'm worrying about sickness, then I'm in resistance with wholeness. I'm actually keeping wholeness just outside of my reach, and sickness starts to manifest. So if I shift that to, I am focused upon wholeness, I am light, I am love, and I release all resistance in my form, I release all resistance in my thinking, then that magnet starts to turn and it comes in and they connect. And that is when we are not thinking of the lack, but we're focusing on the wholeness, the wholeness, the wholeness. And then we have this amazing shift in our energy, in our reality, where now we are in a space of wholeness. Same with financial situation. We're in lack, we're in frustration, there's not enough. We start focusing on the wholeness, not the problem. I have plenty of money. The universe loves me, supports me. Everything I need is on its way. Boom, it turns. And as that shift happens, we start to have experiences that will actually bring confirmation of that shift inside of us. So it's not like the world is just randomly happening. It's more like the universe is completely responding to our signal. So if we are in a state of resistance, the universe responds to that. If we are in a state of receptivity, the universe responds to that. And so as we get more aware of that consciousness that we are, what's beautiful is that we stop trying to make things happen. We stop trying to force our way and out of sheer willpower, make stuff happen. I see people do this. They get into ego and they lose their freaking minds trying to make shit happen in a way they think it should. And they destroy relationships. They destroy their own bodies. They destroy their well-being and their lives, like their happiness. It is a high cost that the ego will have you pay to let it take you down a journey of sheer will. And at the other hand, there's another path that's available to all of us, and that is this path of surrender, where we completely let go and we say, you know what, universe? I trust that I am worthy of these things, And I trust that I deserve goodness. And I trust that I am a being of light and that I am powerful. And I thank you for bringing everything in that is for my highest good. And suddenly shifts happen where little things we needed show up. Maybe a friend gives us a ride. Maybe this person, opens the door for us. This person just smiles and says kind words. It's interesting, the little shifts that can happen where the universe is responding to your frequency. And I've really personally observed the people I watch, whether they're clients, family, friends, strangers walking by, we're all one. And I observe the movie of life. And the humans that I see that are the least happy, the least satisfied, are the most focused in ego. They're the most narcissistic. They're the most focused about me, me, me. What am I going to get? What's in it for me? Who's giving me their attention? Who's going to give stuff to me? And they're very rarely focused upon gratitude. In fact, beautiful things could be given to them. Honor can be shown, and they just trample right through, disregarding it. And it's interesting to observe, and it's a missed opportunity for them and the lives that they have the opportunity to connect with. And then at the other hand, I observe humans who live their lives very much in a state of reverence and honor and appreciation. And they're giving gratitude for the smallest thing. Thank you for opening that door. Thank you for bringing me water to the waitress. I was just thinking I wanted some water. Thank you. And just kindness and gratitude and appreciation. And those simple things, like it could be a homeless person that has struggled a lot and they're in this state and they decide rather than sit there and be pissed off that no one's giving them $1 and like, oh, you goddamn rich people that don't care about me, and, putting out that vibe. And I'm not saying every homeless person does this, but this is just an example. If they're in that vibration, they're putting out that energy of entitlement and like, why don't you care about me? And then it could shift where suddenly someone offers them a kindness and they're like, thank you so much for seeing me. Thank you so much for just taking a moment to stop and say hi to me or to give me a granola bar. Like, I am so deep in gratitude. And I promise you that soul, it will be impossible for them to suffer. It will be impossible for them to have a depressed, terrible life. And so many of us, I watch humans that have so much in our country. Like, we are given so much privilege, and we live in, many of us live in nice homes, and we are well fed, and we're entertained, and we have whatever we need, it comes in. And yet I observe so many in our society that are so miserable and depressed and so narcissistic. I mean, look at the shift in our generation of people just constantly obsessing over taking pictures of themselves. And that's not a bad thing to take a picture of yourself. But when the focus is all about yourself all the time, it's pretty hard for you to observe anything other than self. And that is just showing you where you're at. So in each of our lives, if we tune into that, maybe we're a little resistant to that. Like, oh, how dare Tanya say that? Like, I can take my damn picture if I want to. That's fine. I'm not saying there's something wrong with taking your picture. But if the focus is constantly on self, and the focus is rarely on others, rarely on gratitude, rarely on showing deep honor, then voila, you have your recipe for suffering. You have created it yourself, and you are continuing to create it the longer you focus in that narcissistic way. Like I said, self-love is not narcissism. Narcissism is completely a lack of self-love, and it's a lack of love for anything because you're in a complete state of fear. So everything's about feeding the ego. It's like hungry little ego is starving and I need more food. And that is really rough energy for anyone to maintain. And eventually it will start to destroy relationships because the people around it are just like exhausted. But at the other hand, self-love could take a picture of self. Like I took one with Dr. Wayne Dyer, and it was a moment of gratitude for being with Wayne Dyer and that we could just get a photo of that moment. And that's a different experience than just, hey, check me out. Don't you guys think I'm hot and I'm cute? And it's this deep neediness for approval, a deep neediness for attention. And that is not ever where we're going to find our answers. And as a woman, I've been raised in the society of what hot girls look like and what they should act like and what beautiful women are. And it's all crap. Like, there's so much that we're told that is complete crap. And what I love and what I feel I'm so proud of in my own life as a healer and a leader is that I have these opportunities to work with women in such an intimate way. And like the other night in the Soul Sister Circle, we all were looking in a mirror at ourselves. And I love to do this exercise. And if you guys want to try it sometime, just look in a mirror and notice what you do right away. And like as I had them look at it, they kind of looked in, and then we put the mirrors down. And I said, what did you guys notice? And they all were like, well, first thing, I just saw my eyes, and then I saw that I had a blemish, and then I was like, oh, my teeth are crooked, and then I was fixing my hair. And so then they put the mirror down, and I just have them observe and have awareness of the fact that they typically are focused on what's wrong. They're typically in a state of something is wrong, and I'm not good enough. And that's an amazing awareness to get, and to realize that we have that going on inside of us at a subconscious level that we may not be very aware of. And if we start to be aware of it, we can shift it. That is what every healing moment is about, is the awareness. Awareness is a beautiful thing because it helps us to go into a higher vibrational state, helps us to move into a direction of alignment. So then I had them pick up the mirrors, look in the mirror again, and this time I said, connect deeply, look into your eyes, and don't just look at your form, but look deep into your eyes, connect with your soul, to the essence of who you are, and really feel deep love and appreciation for that consciousness that is looking back at you. And I look around and the women have tears in their eyes, and they're just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I've ever looked at myself like that in my entire life. And that's so interesting to me that so many of us look in the mirror every day. We brush our teeth, we comb our hair, we're doing our makeup, or the guys are shaving their face, whatever we're doing. And how many of us actually connect with ourselves? And then the biggest need on this planet that I observe is this need for attention and approval. And everybody's out there looking for it outside of themselves. Well, not everybody. A lot of people are outside looking for it externally. And they go and spend a lot of money to find it. They'll buy the clothes, they'll get the beauty products, they'll get their hair done, their nails done. They're getting everything. Go get some liposuction, get my eyes plucked, get my retinas cut and lasered, whatever it is. And these external means are never going to bring you a feeling of contentment. It doesn't matter how long your eyelashes are. It's not going to make you more happy. It doesn't matter how plump your lips are. It will not change the amount of happiness you feel inside about yourself. What's going to shift that is when you can look into your own eyes and you can have a sense of deep honor and reverence, and you can deeply connect with the consciousness that is you, that is looking out at you and would like to be acknowledged. And that is really when things become very beautiful and aligned. And then we come into this place where, like in my own life, I put this quote, and I maybe I can find it on Facebook while I'm chatting with you guys if I can multitask, which is not my favorite thing to do. But it was really cool because Source was speaking through me during our workshop the other night for the Soul Sisters. And if I can find it, I want to read it to you because it was very simple, but it was so powerful and it was so truthful. Okay, I found it. So this is what came through me during our meditation when we were in deep listening. What flowed through in consciousness is, I am never in need nor want, for I am the great I am. And if you really can feel the truth of that, as we're in a state of alignment and we know I am the great I am everything. I am one with the universe. So whatever it is that is something I would love to experience, it's on its way in. Whatever it is that I am here to assist with, whatever soul mission I have come here to fulfill, I am just going to show up and allow it to happen. I don't have to make it happen. I don't have to go chase it down. I don't have to prove to people that I'm worthy, because that energy is exactly the North-North magnet. That is resistance energy. You're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to make it happen. You're trying to be enough. Resistance. It creates dis-ease. And over time, if that sense of dis-ease is held long enough in the vibrational misalignment of the body, the cells of the body actually will go at war with each other, like Anita experienced, and they will start to destroy each other. And that is the essence of cancer. We will never cure cancer from walking and saying, stop cancer. Cancer is something that's very much a spiritual experience for every soul. Every soul has things come to them to teach them. And like one of my